Hello beer tubers and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of hoppage. Today looking at some more Romanian craft beer from Bereta Brewing in Romania that Silvio sent out. So thanks a ton, Silvio. So this one sounds kind of fun, kind of crazy. It's a pastry beer, another pastry stout, and this is their Diabeetus. A 10.5% imperial pastry stout brewed with everything, it says. So this was actually made for Budapest Beer Week as like a bit of fun and games. They wanted to jump on the pastry wagon and just make a crazy pastry stout. So listen to this. It's made with traditional Hungarian chimney cakes called Kurtoskala. Okay, I have no idea how to pronounce that. I tried. Hot damn, that was hard. But they're called chimney cakes. Never heard of them. And they put those in the mash. And then they also threw in marshmallows during the boil. And in the fermenter, they conditioned this bad boy on vanilla, coconut nibs, cinnamon, and almond extract. And they wanted a big sweet beer, so they also put in lactose. So this is like definitely made with everything. But it actually smells pretty good. And he says himself, he thinks it came out a bit more balanced than he expected. So will be fun to try. It's been a while since I had a full-on pastry stout. So pours a very nice, thick-looking black color. I mean, this looks like a really nice pastry stout. And also, like, the head is really nice. It's, like, super velvety and dense. Nice and tan looking. Let's check out the aroma. Woo-wee! Pastry tan for days. There's so much, like... It's like vanilla-y, it's cinnamony, and then it has like this huge almond extract. It kind of smells like if you ever baked with almond extract, it's pretty much smelling like that. And it also has to me almost coconut, but it says vanilla, so I don't know if it's vanilla extract. Because if you brew with vanilla extract, you sometimes get some almost coconutty vibes, and I think that's what I'm getting here. It's definitely, full-on pastry town. It's, very cakey, a little bit maybe synthetic because it's those extracts. But it's funny how I was all over this in the beginning, and now I'm more like, well, I actually prefer it brewed with the real thing. I know they also have some of the real things in here, but the more I smell it, the more I'm like, wow, this smells again a little bit too artificial to my taste. But hey, let's give it a go. Gotta be honest. Cheers. Thanks a ton, Silvio. Oh, nice cinnamon flavor. It's not too sweet. I like how we said they added a lot of lactose. They wanted big and sweet, but it's not too sweet at all. It's kind of I'd say like a medium sweetness. Like right now I'm getting lots of roasted malt, which really balances out that sweetness. So it's not too much at all. It reminds me a lot of Savisian stouts. And definitely less artificial on the flavor, and it's not so artificial that you don't taste a nice space. My huge beef with Dugas banana chocolate toffee, with some of you guys thought was amazing because it was so nostalgic. That was just so artificial, and you couldn't taste the base. Here you have a pretty decent base imperial stout to the roasty side, with layers of adjuncts that some of them are a little bit artificial tasting. I mean, it tastes a little bit like vanilla extract or maybe like vanilla flavoring to me. And then that almond is really big as well, like this almond extract. It's very dessert and cakey but that's what a lot of the pastry stouts are. It's like these over the top crazy flavored stouts usually flavored with different flavor compounds and whatnot. But they're actually really hard to do because you need some kind of balance as well. And I think as well, as I talked about a lot previously, you need a very thick and rich body and great base. I think this base is pretty good. It's not amazing and mind-blowing, but it's quite nice. It's towards the thicker side without being really thick. I'd say higher side of medium in terms of body, but very slick and oily coating on the mouth. Maybe not oily, but very slick. velvety. A lot like, almost like, a higher strength milk stout, pretty much, which is technically what it is. Well, these flavors. Cinnamon, as I said, is the big thing with the vanilla. And this, like, the almond thing. I'm not getting too much of, like, chocolate. I don't know what the cake tastes like, so I can't really compare to that or say what it tastes like, but it's definitely these other kind of flavors that shine. As for the base, as I said, big roast profile, lots of roasted malt for me, lots of charred kind of malt too, a little bit of dark chocolate, some umami vibes too. It's nice though. It's nice. I mean, if you like these huge, or not huge, but big time pastry beers, I think you'd like it a lot. As I said, reminds me a bit of Savisium's beers, because like they're also like really sludgy. Their imperial stouts. They're quite creamy and rich like this one, but it's not like this like huge motor oil kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know. I think pastry stouts kind of run its course for me. I was really into it in the beginning, but the flavorings is just not too much to my taste anymore. I'm starting to prefer the real thing. I think it was fun in the beginning when they tried to imitate it, but I think it's the same with New England IPA. Then you have so many of them, and so many people do them, and you're bound to get examples that are not the best of the best. And like when it's so saturated and everyone's making it, there's bound to be some that are not as great as others. That's just how it is. And then you have a lot that are maybe not as great, and then you get a bit sick of it. And also just because for me at least, I want variation, and not just in beer, in everything. You get sick if you have to eat the same fucking whatever pasta dish every single night for dinner, right? You'd be sick of it. So it's the same, so that's why it's amazing with beer that we have all these styles to explore. So yeah, I just think for me, hazy IPA and pastry stouts have run its course a little bit, unless they're really well done. This is quite well done, but not like, wow, amazing, mind-blowing. I say it's just a really good pastry stout, but it's not like blowing my mind. And again, gotta be 100% honest. It sounds a bit like I'm butchering it, but it's a pretty nice pastry stout. But there's just some things I prefer differently done, like bigger, maybe a bit thicker, and then less of an extracty flavor vibe. But the thing is, it's really hard to do with the extracts. Like you said, measure out how many amounts to use and whatnot. It's like really hard to get everything balanced, especially also like with aging and whatnot. But yeah, it's a pretty good pastry stout. It sounds a bit like I'm knocking it. I'm not trying to knock it. It's a good beer. I'm gonna give it an 88. It's not like mind blowing, but it's nice. It's worth a shot for sure. I'd say like 3.75 on Untappd for me. But yeah, I guess maybe pastry stout started to run its course on me a little bit. On this, it's like, wow, insanely great. I don't know. I'm starting to revert back to old stuff. Am I really turning into that guy? I think I am. Oh, give me my Pilsner. Oh, I want my malty beer back and all that shit. Come on. Who was a friend of mine says, like, oh, you're just coming full circle in the beer world. Maybe. Who knows? But it's still nice, this one. And if you get Bereta's beers, I'll definitely say check out Diabeetus, especially if you're into your pastry stouts. This is quite nice. Getting on mind blowing, but a good pastry stout. So thanks a ton to Sylvia for the beer, guys. Let me know what you thought of it if you've had a chance to try it. And as always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I'm going to say cheers and see you guys in another beer review.